Good morning to everyone. This is Nagarjuna from s4hana Academy. We're going to start today's session. So today is our first session. So in our first session, what is today's agenda is we're going to see introduction to HANA Studio. In the introduction to HANA Studio, we're going to see what is a catalog, what is a content, what is a schema, what are columnar tables, what's package, what are sub-packages, what is a delivery unit, and how to start creating an attribute view. So let us quickly start today's session. So first of all, I would like to show you how we can log into our system. So in order to log into the system, we have to go to run and type in mstsc and click on the remote desktop connection. Click on connect. So enter your user ID. And click OK. Provide your user ID and password and click OK. And click yes. So now we are inside the remote desktop connection. Hope everyone is able to hear me. Okay, thank you. So in the first session, we started with a question, a simple question like when we ask who are top 5 customers for a table which has 2 trillion records. Why other databases take more than 8 hours and HANA takes less than 6 seconds? So we try to see fundamentally HANA is very fast because of 3 reasons. One is an in-memory DB, columnar database, and parallel processing. So what is an in-memory DB? So on the demo session, we have seen in-memory databases are nothing but a database is a collection of tables. It's in memory. Now, why did SAP design a database that should be running in memory? First of all, RAM is faster in processing data. And the second reason is data is kept close to the CPU. I'm not writing anything, just I'm trying to give you a recap for 5 minutes what we have seen in the previous session. The today's session I'm going to start. Just I'm giving you a recap what we have seen on the demo session. And the second reason, why columnar databases have extremely high performance. In SAP HANA, we can store data in row, we can store data in column. Whenever we ask a question on a row-oriented table, irrelevant of the question, it will try to scan the entire table. When you ask the same question on a columnar DB, when we ask the same question on a columnar DB, it only goes to those specific columns to fetch data. So what's the simple difference is, in here, irrelevant of the question, it scans the entire table. In column, it takes shortcut to data. It only goes to those specific columns and fetch data instead of scanning the entire table. So instead of scanning entire table, it only goes to those specific columns to fetch data, and hence it takes shortcut to data. In massive parallel processing, when you have complex programs, these complex programs are broken down into smaller subsets, and each subset of a program is assigned to different cores of a CPU. Each core in SAP HANA can process 3.2 billion scans per second per core and 15 million aggregations per second per core. So if you try to process one core 30 billion records, it takes 10 seconds. If you try to process the same 30 billion records with 10 cores, it takes 1 second. The more the resources you deploy, the less time it takes to process data. And then I was trying to discuss about the main car and sidecar scenario. In the main car scenario, I was discussing directly you have Business Suite, S4hana, BW4hana, everything on the HANA DB. In the sidecar scenario, you have SAP and non-SAP source systems. The target is SAP HANA without disrupting the existing solutions. Without disrupting SAP or non-SAP solutions, we're going to move data via data provisioning methods. So what are the different data provisioning methods? SLT, SAP Landscape Transformation. The second one is BODS, Business Objects Data Services. SLT for real time, BODS for batch. It's rich in transformation. Third one, DXE, Direct Extractor Connection. Direct Extractor Connection is especially used when you want to bypass existing SAP BW system to SAP HANA. And Smart Data Access is to connect to non-SAP systems to fetch data to SAP HANA. And then the last one is flat files. We can import data directly from files to SAP HANA. And then we start doing data modeling in SAP HANA. Data modeling is nothing but defining a relationship between tables. Defining of relationship between tables, we do it in SAP HANA, and finally we expose these data models to different user interfaces like Fiori, UI5, Analysis for Office, OLAP, Explorer, Lumira, Business Objects Cloud, Tableau, TIBCO Spotfire. All these are different user interfaces from which you can access different data models. And then in the second session, I was trying to show you the demo. How do we access our landscape? What are the different user IDs and passwords for different systems in our landscape? So that's what we have seen in the last two sessions. And today is our first session. So let us start Introduction to HANA Studio. So is my voice breaking? Is my voice okay? Because I see a message, my voice is breaking. Okay, thank you. So in order to start HANA Studio, first we need to click on Start, click All Program, click on SAP HANA folder, and click on HANA Studio. So what is HANA Studio? HANA Studio is the user interface to access HANA system. Now once we log into HANA Studio, so here you would see the system is already logged in. So usually you find this something like this. The system is not logged in. So in order to log in, just select the system, right click, just select the system, right click, and click on log on. The username is system and the password is W capital welcome 123. Click on store username and password and click OK. So in this way we can log into the system. So once we log into the system, just that you have system and here this is the administrative password and we are all going to use the username best. The same password for best also. W capital welcome 123. Once we log into the system, expand the system and here you find catalog and content. So let me just explain what is a catalog and what is a content. So let's go to Paint. So now we're inside the HANA Studio. So once we log into system, under system you find two folders. One is a catalog and the other one is content. So what is a catalog? A catalog is a collection of schema. So what is a catalog? Catalog is a collection of schema. What is a schema? Schema is used to group database objects like tables. What is a schema? Schema is nothing but grouping of database objects like tables. So under schema you find these tables. These tables in SAP HANA, the tables in SAP HANA, the primary way to store data is in memory. So these are in-memory tables. These are in-memory tables. And these tables are stored in columnar fashion. All these tables are stored in columnar fashion. So once you log into system, you find catalog. Under catalog, it's a collection of schema. under schema you find tables. Now, coming to content. Content is a collection of package. Content is a collection of packages. What is a package? Package is how you would like to group together related information. Package is used to group together related information. So under these packages you have information views. We have information views. So here you're grouping database objects under schema, and here I'm grouping information views under package. Now these schemas under catalog so there are different ways you can create schema, and these are one type of schemas are known as user-defined schemas. So there is a user-defined schema, and then there is a data provisioning schema. Data provisioning schema. And the other one is system-defined schemas. So what is the difference between these three? In a user-defined schema, all the tables related to users are stored in here. For example, like best. So here you see in the catalog, expand the catalog. Once you expand the catalog, so all these are different schemas. So in here, do we find this best? So this is a user-defined schema. So in here, I have table specific to this user, best. So there is a filter on this table. I'll just remove the filter. To remove the filter, it's only showing specific tables now. I'll just right click on the tables folder and remove this filter. So here you find all the tables that are specific to the user. So this is best schema. So this is best schema. So best is a user-defined schema. And then you have something called data provisioning schema. So what is data provisioning schema? A data provisioning schema is a schema in which it stores data provisioning specific tables. Data provisioning specific tables, like for example SLT. So SLT is one of the data provisioning method. Like BODS is another data provisioning method. So all the SLT related tables will store in this schema. All the SAP landscape transformation tables will store in this schema, SAP landscape transformation, just to get data in real time. So whatever the tables that you get real time will get stored in the schema, and all the BODS related tables will store in the schema. For example, let me go back. Let us type in SLT. So here you see, yesterday I've conducted weekend batch. So for that batch I created the schema, SLT ECC HANA, November 20th. So this is the schema that is for SLT. So like this, all the SLT related schemas. And then you have BODS, Business Objects Data Services. So what is system-defined schema? So system-defined schema, you have standard system tables. For example, like you have a schema called underscore sys underscore bi underscore sys underscore bi. So this schema stores time-related tables. All the time-related tables are stored in this schema. Time-related tables for different calendars like fiscal year calendar, Gregorian calendar. So if we go back, let's go to underscore sys underscore bi. Please see all these are system-related schemas. Bi, expand tables. You find m underscore time underscore dimension. All these are time-related tables. And then here you find underscore sys underscore bic. This stores all column views. So like this, basically a schema is nothing but to group database objects. A schema is used to group database objects under which you have user-defined schema, data provisioning related schemas, and system-defined schemas. Now, coming to the package. Now, what is a package? Package is used to group together related information. It's used to group together related information. Now, under this package, you have sub-packages. Again, you can regroup based on applications. For example, I have one main package, SAP ECC. Under the main package, I'll have sub-packages like sales and distribution is one package. And under the sub-package, you'll have, so under the sub-package you have information views related to orders, related to deliveries, related to billing. You have another sub-package called HR. You have data related to payroll, time management, e-learning, succession planning. And then you have, so I'm going to create them now. I'm just showing you, I'm going to start creating them. So you have another package called FI. So all account receivables, general ledgers, account payables, everything will be grouped under FI. So all these information views that you see here, they're basically grouped under different sub-packages. Now, in the information view, these information views are basically of three types. The information views are basically of three types. One is known as an attribute view. First one is known as an attribute view. The second one is known as an analytic view. And third one is known as a calculation view. First one is known as attribute views. Second one, analytic view. And third one, calculation view. Now, first of all, what is an information view? Now, what is a view? A view is only a container without content. A view can access content. A view can access content in runtime from these tables. So information views can access data in runtime from these tables. So view is only a container. The content is accessed from tables. And these information views are of three types: attribute views, analytic views, and a calculation view. Views can access from data provisioning schema, system-defined schema, user-defined schema. From any schema they can access. Now, whenever we design information views for master data we use attribute views. Whenever we design information views for master data, we use attribute views. So what is it, master data? Master data is a data which is not going to change frequently, like company code master, sales organization, customer, material. So anything that is related to master data, we do it in attribute view. Anything related to transaction data related to amount and quantity related data, like what's my gross revenue, ordered quantity, delivered quantity, contribution margin, tax. So anything that is dealing with transaction data is dealt with analytic views. Calculation views can deal with both master data and transaction data. Both they can deal. So attribute views deal with master. Transaction data is dealt by analytic views, and calculation views deal with both master and transaction data. So once you're inside a HANA Studio, once you log into system, you find catalog and content. Catalog is a collection of schema. A schema is a collection of database objects like tables. Tables in SAP HANA are in-memory tables. They're stored in columnar fashion. Schema is user-defined schema, data provisioning defined schema, and system-defined schema. All the respective tables will be stored in the respective schemas based on the method that we use. Coming to the content. Content is a collection of package. Package is used to group together related information. If you have a package called SAP ECC, which is a main package, all the FI related are stored in one package. This is a sub-package. HR is another sub-package. SD is another sub-package. In these sub-packages, I try to group information views. Information views is just a container. Content I'm going to access in runtime from tables. Information views are of three types: attribute view, analytic view, calculation view. Attribute views store master data, analytic views transaction, calculation views store both master and transaction data. Now, the first practical I'm going to create now, I'm going to first start with how do we create this package and how do we start creating the sub-packages, and then start creating an attribute view based on the business requirement. So let us start to create this package. I'll go back to HANA Studio. So where do we create package? Under catalog or content? We create package under content. Right click on content, click new, and click on the package. So I'm going to create a new package, SAP ECC. I'm going to take today's date. So all the work that I'm going to do for our class, I'm going to do in this package. I'll give it as November 21st. So let's provide the description. Now here you see there's a delivery unit. So what is a delivery unit? Let me try to explain this. Now, when we are working on a real project, you have development system, you have QA, and then you have production. Development system is where we build, QA is where we test, and production where we deploy. So here we are creating packages. Where are we creating? We're creating packages in development system. Just now I created one package called SAPCC November 21st. Now these packages, obviously to test, I need to move these packages to QA system and to the production. But how do we move? How do we move across these systems? Packages need to be assigned to a delivery unit. We need to assign to a delivery unit. What is a delivery unit? What is a delivery unit? Delivery unit is an object that is responsible to move package from one system to a different system. We can associate package to a delivery unit. You can export these delivery units, export, and then we need to import. Export, import. So delivery unit is an object that is responsible to move packages from one system to a different system. To one delivery unit, I can assign multiple packages. We can assign multiple packages. So we can assign multiple packages to one delivery unit. But at any point of time, one package can be associated to only one delivery unit. For example, you associate to delivery unit 1, the same package I cannot associate to delivery unit 2. But you can assign package 1, package 2 to one delivery unit. So simply to say, a delivery unit is responsible to move packages from one system to a different system. You export and we import. Okay, so whose responsibility is to create this delivery unit? Hana admin creates this delivery unit. So all these are delivery units that I already created. But for now, I'll just leave it as blank. Later I will show you how we can transport these data models using lifecycle management, LCM. Then we will see this exercise. So for now, I just give the technical name, description, original language English, person who is responsible to create this package is best, and click OK. So once we click OK, expand content. Under content, we find this package SAPCC November 21st. So here you see the main package. Under this main package, I can create sub-packages. Under this main package, I created one main package. Under this, I'm creating sub-packages. So to create sub-package, I'll go back, right-click on the main package, click New, and click on Package again. So here I'm going to give the name as SD. Click OK. Right-click on the main package again, New, Package, FI, click OK. Right-click again, New, Package, HR, and click OK. So this is main package, and here we have sub-packages FI, HR, and SD. Now, let us start to create information view. Let us start to create an attribute view. Let us go back to HANA Studio. Right click on the subpackage, click new, and click on the attribute view. So what is an attribute view? Attribute views are used to join master data tables. What is an attribute view? Attribute views are used to join master data tables. Now please see how many information views we have. In the information view, we have three types: attribute views, analytic views, calculation view. A simple definition of an attribute view is to join master data tables. Now before even we start creating an attribute view, obviously we require a business requirement. Without a business requirement, I cannot create anything in the system. So first, attribute views are used to join master data tables. Now what is master data? So is my voice okay or is it breaking? Because I just got a message. My voice is breaking. Is it for everyone? Everyone feels the same? Okay, so let's continue. Attribute views are used to join master data tables. Now when we say master data is a data that is not going to change frequently. In SAP HANA, data, nothing but business data. Business data you have data which is stored in the form of tables. Data which is stored in the form of tables. A table is nothing but combination of rows and columns. Now whenever you store data in a table, this is called a structured data. Data is stored in a structured format. HANA supports structured data in the form of rows and columns. And then you have data in the form of files. You want to process data, semi-structured data. Now for example, let us take a newspaper. In a newspaper you find entire news. Now from the entire newspaper you want to find out a single word like good. How many times it is repeated in the newspaper? From the 10 pages newspaper, you want to know what is the count of good repeated in the newspaper. So this kind of analysis is known as text-based analysis or semi-structured data analysis. Data is not stored in the form of table, but still HANA can process this data. A simple example, for example, there is a new movie released in market. Everyone will start tweeting about the movie, whether it is good or bad. So in the entire Twitter, you can know based on the sentiment analysis, based on the sentiment of the people, how many people are saying movie is good, how many people are saying movie is average or bad, based on the data in the Twitter. So this kind of analysis HANA can process. So this is called as semi-structured data analysis. Also we can do sentiment analysis, nothing but sentiment analysis. In a new product, a new iPhone is released into market, then Apple can predict in which region, in China, India, or in US, they can predict the demand. In China, probably everyone says iPhone is not great. In India, they say it's superb. So they have lot of demand in India. So they can predict the market and they can have the stock accordingly. So this we can do using semi-structured data analysis. HANA can support. The third one, HANA can support with the help of Hadoop. Hadoop is a semi-structured, sorry, Hadoop can do structured, semi-structured, unstructured. It can do structured, semi-structured, unstructured. But HANA can also do structured, semi-structured, but cannot do unstructured. What is unstructured? Unstructured is nothing but when you have data in the form of photos or videos. You have data in the form of photos or videos. So what kind of analysis can we do on photos or videos? So recently, last year, in UK, every citizen of UK, they get their health coverage using NHS, National Health Services. NHS is the National Health Service of UK, United Kingdom. So what they've done is, so they implemented HANA with Hadoop. The solution is known as Hana Vora. It's known as Hana Vora. So what they've done is, for example, let's say there is an accident occurred in a highway. So when an accident occurred, the nearest hospital will not know what is the situation in the accident location. So there are a lot of hospitals somewhere near or somewhere farther, but they would not know what kind of accident and what is the damage occurred here. So in order to predict this damage, so what NH has done is, you can take a photo of this accident location, you can upload this photo to Hadoop. So this photo that you have taken will be compared with millions of other photos available in the server. It just do the comparison of other accident photos that occurred, and then it produces a report, which is impact analysis report. So based on this report, it will send this report to the nearest hospital location. So at least hospital can predict what kind of equipment is needed, how many doctors are needed. So before even going to the location, they can predict and they can carry this directly to the location to save human life. So in this way, we can use Hadoop mainly to process data in the form of photos or videos. And this solution, HANA can be integrated with Hadoop using big data solutions, which is known as HANA Vora. So simply to say, HANA can process not only data in the form of tables, it can process semi-structured data for doing sentiment analysis. It can process, with the help of Hadoop, photos and videos. Normally in SAP, we only process tables in the form of tables in rows and columns, but HANA can do all these three. Now, let us first start with tables. In tables, we can store master data. We can store master data. So who is going to take care of the master data? Which view takes care to process master data? Attribute views. Now what is an attribute view? Attribute view is a view which is used to join master data tables. Now these attribute views can also process again this master data is subclassified into three types. Master data is subclassified into three types. One is known as attributes. The second one is known as text. And third one is a hierarchy. It's a hierarchy. Data, structured, semi-structured, unstructured. Again, in structured data, you have master data. Master data is again subclassified attributes, text, and hierarchy. Now, what is an attribute? So all these three, attribute, text, and hierarchy, can be processed inside the attribute view. Now, what is an attribute? I'll take a simple example. So we'll start creating this example on the system, but before that, just I would like to give you introduction. For example, I have customer ID, customer name, customer region, customer phone number, customer country. Now, if I have a phone number 7799991129, so what kind of analysis can we do only on phone number? Only on this specific number, what kind of analysis can I do? 7799991129. Unless and until I associate this phone number to customer. Like, what is Raju's phone number? Raju's phone number is 7799991129. So what is an attribute? Attribute is something which gives more details about Raju. Attribute is something which gives more details about business entities. So this is Raju's phone number. So phone number is an attribute of the customer. Country, USA, United States. So where does Raju live? Raju live in USA. So country is an attribute. Country is an attribute for the customer. So what is an attribute? Attribute is something which gives more details about a business entity, like customer phone number, customer country, customer region. What is text? So can we write a USA in Chinese, in Japanese? So why do we use text? Because most of the Chinese, as you know, they don't understand English, and most English people don't understand Chinese. So we can maintain text in multiple languages. We can maintain text in multiple languages. The same country USA you can maintain in Chinese, you can maintain in Japanese. Descriptions in multiple languages. Description is same, but you have in a different language. Coming to hierarchy. What is a hierarchy? Hierarchy is nothing but data in the form of parent and child relationships. Data in the form of parent and child relationship. For example, material hierarchy. Material hierarchy. In the material hierarchy, on the top you have material group. Underneath the material group you have materials. So material group like fruits and vegetables. Under this you have apple. Material group electronics. You have mobiles. So under each group of materials, so these are metal groups, under each metal group you have different materials. So on the top you have metal group, under this metal group you have material, like time hierarchy. Like you have year, and the year you have quarter, and a quarter you have month, and a month you have week, day. So year 2016, 2016 first quarter. So I want to analyze my net revenue. You want to analyze net revenue. So can we analyze based on year? And a year, what quarter, which month, which week, which day? What's my net revenue based on day? What's my net revenue based on quarter? So I'm representing this data. In this year, quarter is a child, and a quarter we have month. So this is time hierarchy. So representing of data in a parent and child relationship fashion. Metal group. Under each group of material, you have materials. So simply to say, an attribute view can handle a data related to attributes, a data related to text, and data related to hierarchies. And all these three is nothing but the master data. So what do we say master data? Master data is a data that is not going to change frequently. So will Raju's phone number change daily? Obviously it is not going to change. Will Raju's country change on a daily basis? So any data that is not going to change frequently is master data. Master data attributes which gives more details about a business entity, descriptions in multiple languages, data defined in parent and child relationships is a hierarchy. So this is an attribute view. Now, in order to start creating an attribute view, in order to start creating this object, coming to the requirement. Now we know when we work on a project, we have different teams. One team is the business team. And you have Hana, S4hana. And then you have Hana admin. So we need to gather the requirement from business. So Hana or S4hana team sits with business. So admin is mainly related to installation operations. We'll see this. We'll see as a different role. So coming to the requirement of an attribute view, which will be gathered by Hana or S4hana consultant. To gather this requirement and document first in the form of functional specs. First it documents in the form of functional spec. So there is a discussion between Hana team and the business team, which is conducted in a workshop. We conduct this requirement in a workshop. So at the end of the workshop, once the workshop is complete, between the business and Hana S4hana, we document a functional spec. So the output of the functional spec we create a technical document. This is the technical design, technical spec. The technical spec will then be converted to low-level design documents, low-level design document. and then you have high-level design documents. So business and HANA S4hana consultant conducts a workshop. So the output of the workshop, we document the requirement in the form of functional spec. The functional spec, we're going to convert this to a technical spec. So technical spec will have more details about system. Functional spec will have more details about business requirement. Technical spec, further you have high-level design document and low-level design document. Now, in order to start creating a low-level design document, and what is the functional spec that business has given, how we convert it to a technical specification. So this part I will discuss in tomorrow's session. In tomorrow, what we will do is, we'll take one business requirement. So for one of my projects, I will take one requirement that is related to customer attributes, product, company code, time. We'll take one requirement in tomorrow's session. So based on that requirement, we start to create a technical document. Based on the technical document, we start to create a low-level design document. Now based on that low-level design document, then I will start to build. And finally, after this low level, I'll start to build the solution. So once you build, then I'll start building the attribute view. So just to recap today's session, in today's session, we're just trying to see introduction to HANA Studio. In the HANA Studio, once we log in, you have catalog, content. Catalog is a collection of schema. Schema is a collection of database objects like tables. Tables in SAP HANA, the primary way to store data is in memory. Tables are in columnar fashion. Schemas are user-defined schema, data provisioning defined schema. So all the tables related to SLT you store in this schema. System-defined schema. And the system-defined schema you have sys_bi. All the system-related tables are stored in the schema. Content is a collection of packages, how you would like to group together related information. So we created a package called ECC. Under this we created sub-packages. Packages are associated to a delivery unit. Delivery unit is an object that is responsible to transport packages from one system to a different system. Information views, a view is nothing but a container. It accesses the content from tables. Information views are of three types: attribute view, analytic view, calculation view. Attribute views deal with master, analytic, transaction, calculation, both master and transaction. And then we started to see what kind of data can HANA handle. It can handle data in the form of tables, data in the form of semi-structured, data in the form of photos or videos. Now, we started with attribute views. What is the definition of an attribute view? Attribute views are used to join master data tables. What is master data? Master data is a data that is not going to change frequently. Again, the master data is subclassified into three types: attributes, text, hierarchy. What is an attribute? Attribute which gives more details about business entities like customer phone number, customer country. Text, descriptions in multiple languages, hierarchy. A representation of data in parent and child relationships like metal group, material, time hierarchy, year, quarter. And then we wanted to start creating an attribute view. In order to start creating an attribute view, we require a business requirement. So to gather the business requirement, HANA S4HANA consultants need to conduct a workshop with business. The output of the workshop, we conduct functional spec. Functional specs thereby convert to technical specs, which have more details about system. In here we convert them to high level, low level, and then we start to build, then we build the attribute view. So in tomorrow's session, we will see how to start with a functional spec, and then finally we build an attribute view. So we see how we can start to create an attribute views. Any questions for today's session? Please post your question. So meanwhile, I'll read your question and answer your question. Thank you. Please do attend tomorrow's session. In tomorrow, we start creating the attribute views. Again, these attribute views have different subtypes. Please see again, inside this attribute view, there are three subtypes: standard, time, and derived attribute view. So tomorrow we focus on the attribute views topic. So I get some questions. How do we access our system? Okay. So basically, to access our system, first we need to go to MSTSC. Please see, you can just type in MSTSC. Once you type in MSTSC, you go to the remote desktop connection. Click on the remote desktop connection. So here you find this IP address. So this is the IP address. So you have to type in 122.175.47.80 colon 3317. So once you connect, click connect and provide your username and password. So this details will be provided by Bharat. So in order to contact Bharat, just you can contact him using this number or this email nagarjuna.k@gmail.com. So he is the person who is actually assisting you to get access to the daily recordings. So whatever the recording, so this will be uploaded after 15 minutes to the Dropbox you can access. At the same time, I encourage everyone to start reading the material HA100. HA100 is nothing but Introduction to HANA. So how do you access this material? Just go to the Dropbox. I just show you how to access these materials. So once you are inside the Dropbox, so you have two sets. One is set 1 and set 2. In the set 1, you have HANA materials. So in set 2, you find the latest materials, HANA SPS 12. So these are SPS 12 materials, which is HA100. And then you also have SPS 11 materials. So these are SPS 11 materials. So certification is open, still open for 11. 12, it's not yet open. Currently the certification is going for 11. So if you double click on 11, so here you find HA100, which is Introduction to HANA. So you can go through this, and the other materials like 300, implementation and modeling, 350, data provisioning, 215, performance and monitoring and performance, HA 300, 150 SQL, 500 is HANA Vora, BW362, that's a BW powered by SAP HANA. HA400, ABAP programming for SAP HANA. HA450, this is for application development on top of SAP HANA. HA200, which is HANA installation and operations, HA200. And HA240 is HANA authorizations, scenario, and system requirements. And HA250, migration to SAP HANA using DMO. And these are all related to HANA materials. All these are HANA materials. And then if you want to go for S4HANA, so here you have S4HANA latest. So if you go to S4HANA, in here you'll find S4H01, which is Introduction to S4HANA, S4H100, S4HANA implementation scenarios, S4H400, S4HANA embedded analytics. This is S4HANA embedded analytics, S4H410, S4HANA embedded analytics with code data services, CDS, and BC430, that is new ABAP dictionary for SAP HANA. ABAP dictionary for SAP HANA. So all these materials for S4 HANA. And then you also have SAP Press books. So these are all the SAP Press books, HANA Introduction, Implementation, HANA Advanced Modeling, and then here you have, and all the project related documents you'll find here, and the HANA project, you'll find all project related documents. So you can start reading with HA100, which is Introduction to HANA. Coming to the assignments, so assignments I will give you from the end of this week. So assignments can be found in set 1. Under set 1, you can find these assignments. So in the end of the week, you can start to create. These assignments are in the form of screenshots. So every week, I give you 2 assignments. So you can refer to the screenshots and complete this. So if you want to contact Bharat, so this is the email ID. You can contact him. So just I give you the email ID. Bharat is taking care of giving system access and materials. Your phone number, you can reach him through 00 +91 77 999 11129. So just today is an introduction session to HANA Studio, and tomorrow we can continue with the attribute views. So just I start reading the questions here. I'll just start reading the questions. So anything personal, please call me, like about your career enhancement. Please do ask about subject. Kindly please ask anything about related to today's session. Anything that is related to anything personal questions, please do call me. I'm available after the session. I'll be available for 1.5 hours. So please do ask anything after the session. So you want to talk to me, anything related to personal, please call me on the phone. Anything related to today's subject, please ask for this session. Tomorrow's session is same time. So every day the session will be same time. It starts from morning. I'll start the session from morning 5 or 6:10. So meanwhile all the participants join. So by 6:10 I'm going to start the session. We'll wait for 5 to 10 minutes and then we'll start the session. So every day the session will be from 6 o'clock we'll log in until 7:30. The session will be there until 7:30. 6 to 7:30, 1.5 hour session. So please explain the second image again, okay? So in here what I was trying to discuss was, I was trying to discuss about data. So data is basically of three types. It is stored. One is structured, in the form of tables, semi-structured data and unstructured data. HANA can process data in the form of tables, semi-structured data in the form of files, and then you have data in the form of photos and videos. HANA cannot process this directly. So first we process in Hadoop, and Hadoop can be integrated with HANA. HANA can integrate with Hadoop for big data solutions. Then you can access data from Hadoop inside SAP HANA. So this is the integration part, and this is known as HANA Vora. This is we call it as HANA Vora. And then again, we started with structured data. In structured data, you have master data and also you can store transaction data. So transaction data is mostly amount and quantity related data. So amount and quantity related data, what is the view which can handle transaction data? Data related to amount and quantity. Analytic views. Analytic views can handle. Whereas master data is handled by attribute views. The analytic views can handle transaction data like gross revenue, net revenue. This master data again is attribute views, text and hierarchy. Attributes which gives more details about business entity, text, descriptions in multiple languages. Hierarchy is parent and child relationships. So here phone number is an attribute of a customer because it is giving more details about customer. Text, you can maintain text in multiple descriptions. Sorry, you can maintain in one description, you can maintain in multiple language. For example, US is in English, you can maintain in multiple. Just to show an example for this, I'll just show you an example. If you expand the catalog, let's go to best. So if I expand, let's go to T005T. I'll just show you one table here. Open data preview. You see here in this table, I'll add a filter. Land 1, nothing but country. I'll click on this show list of values. Let's say I select US. So country is US. I click OK. Execute. So can we see here? So this US is in Chinese here. The same US is in English. So you find in Japanese. So all these are, so one country, you can maintain the description in multiple languages. So this is nothing but text. And then you can also represent data in the form of hierarchy. Example. So here you can, inside an attribute view, here you see the hierarchy. So inside this we can create hierarchies, like year hierarchy, quarter, month, week, day. So you can create a hierarchy, level hierarchies. So like this, the second slide, just to show you inside an attribute view, we can handle all attributes, text, and hierarchies. This is what I was trying to explain here. So another question related to today's session. Can you explain how does a package get data from contents from tables? Okay. So how packages get data from tables is, please see, in SAP HANA, tables are stored where? In the schema. So these schemas are stored under catalog. So all the schemas are stored in the catalog. So what do we have in content? In content we have packages. So what happens here is, so what's happening here is, now these tables that you find here, these are columnar tables. So all the tables that you have here, I'm going to access these tables inside the information view. So they'll be accessed inside the information view. It means that I'll have this table accessed inside the information view. Now this information view, the information view basically process on different data processing engines. Data processing engine. So in SAP HANA, tables are separate, tables are stored under schema, information views are stored under package, and both of them together are processed on data processing engines. So tomorrow we'll see more about this, how we can access tables under views and these information views, on which engine they process. I'll show you in tomorrow's session. So can we download recordings to our own session, yes, you can download. So every day you can download. Please do not play directly in the Dropbox, because in the Dropbox when you play, it only shows for 15 minutes. After that you cannot see. So please download the entire recording. So recording will be available after 15 to 20 minutes. You can directly download and play. So next question, is all the tables in SAP database is a columnar oriented? Is all the tables in SAP database is column oriented? Columnar database are faster. Does this applicable for faster inserts, updates, as well as for selects? Yes, exactly. A columnar database can be for faster inserts as well as for faster reads. Why? Because the question is, a table, can it handle faster inserts and faster reads? So just to answer this question, so you see in the catalog, when you expand the catalog, when you go to the schema, and then if you go to any table, let me double click on this table. Please see, this is a column store. So this table is a column store. When you click on this runtime information, please see there are two areas. So inside one table, the table is broken down into two parts. A table which is a columnar table. Now this is a table which is KNA1. This table is basically broken down into two parts. One is called as, what is this here? Main storage, and the other one is called as delta storage. One is main and the other one is delta. So delta is a faster inserting of data. So whenever you insert data into a table, first it goes to delta area, to this area. Whenever you read, you want to have faster reads, we use main area. So main area is optimized for faster reads and delta is optimized for faster inserts. So it can do both equally very fast, delta for faster inserts and main for faster reads. That's why a table which is a column store broken down to main storage and delta storage. Delta for faster insert, main for faster reads. We'll discuss more about this. So we'll have another session, the internal working mechanism of SAP HANA columnar tables. But for now, delta for faster inserts and main for faster reads. Let us see the next question. I'm just looking at the questions for today. So any other questions, we will take it offline. You can directly call me, we can discuss on that. Anything related to today's session I'm discussing. Sorry for that, but please kindly understand. Anything you can call me directly. Just today's session I'm discussing here. So yesterday I tried to call many times, no one is picking up the call. Yes, yesterday was a holiday. So staff, Bharat was holiday yesterday. So only on Sunday he's on leave from 10 a.m. till the end of the day. So he comes in morning 6 a.m. So please avoid calling on Sunday after 10 a.m. So before 10 a.m. he's available. After 10 a.m. he's not available. He's now available, you can call him. So all the other days he is available. From morning 6 to night 10 o'clock he is available, except Sunday. Sunday after 10 a.m. is not available. So are you going to provide sample projects, documents like technical specs, unit scripts? Yes. So I have all the documents related to, in detail I have, including project planning, everything, documents are there. I'm going to discuss all these documents. But meanwhile, you can also access from set to materials from project documents. Meanwhile, you can also access, all these are under project documents. So these are from the projects I worked. I kept the documentation over there. I removed the clients and just kept the documentation. So these sessions are mostly theoretical or practical. Every session is a practical session. Just today we started, so just I'm explaining some theory part, just to give you introduction, look and feel of SAP HANA. But every session is a practical session. Even I also don't like theory to explain. I feel theory is very boring for me. So every session I conduct as a practical session. Can you show me the phone number I want to write down? Okay. Yes, you can take down this thing I've kept somewhere here. So this is the one. So here I'm going to, okay, one more question here. I'm hearing a lot about native HANA. Is that the same as sidecar scenario? Okay. Native HANA is nothing but when we say native HANA, just like what is our native place? Where we are born. So similar to native HANA means everything that we do inside the HANA system. Because we can do things outside the HANA system. So everything that we do inside HANA system is called native HANA. So will you show us all the integration part on how to configure various systems in the landscape? Also to configure in cloud? Yes. I'm going to show you all the integration part and also integration with cloud. HPI and HPC. So after the course, can we immediately write the certification? Yes, you can write the certification. The certification is my responsibility. 100% I'll make you clear the certification after the course. There's no doubt about it. Every participant, I'll make sure they get more than 80%. So certification is my responsibility. So inside the class itself, I'll make sure we do the learning part also. So after 3 weeks, I will take up all the certification related questions. So every week, every 3 weeks, I have about 240 certification questions. So after every 3 weeks, for the for this first set of questions, that are 80 questions, whatever we completed in these 3 weeks, I will teach you in that 80 questions. So like that, in 2 months, for first 3 weeks, I'll discuss 80 questions. After 3 weeks, again 80 questions. After 3 weeks, I can discuss 80 questions. So once I discuss all these questions, 100% I'm sure you can get more than 80%. That is my responsibility. Thank you everyone to attend today's session. I'll see you in tomorrow, same time, 6 to 7:30 a.m. IST. Sorry I was not able to answer a few questions because the out of topic today, but any out of topic questions you want to discuss, please do call me. I'm happy to answer you on the call. But during the session, I only focus on the questions that are related to today's session. Thank you once again to attend today's session. Have a good morning and good night, and see you tomorrow. Thank you.